Welcome to Savvy Sessions number 3 with Joy and Joe. Today the topic is how to use a virtual assistant well.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. And the first and most important factor is communication. So in this type of role, communication is key. We need to learn how often you need to talk to someone, whether it's a daily phone call or once a week check-in, just whatever works for you. And if you like using things like WhatsApp, which a lot of our clients do, because they can easily just send a message and we don't have to, go through voicemail and so forth. So communication is key, giving us feedback, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. Just almost like
over communicating,
over-communicate.
feeding all that back. If you feel like you're over communicating, then it's probably about right.
Yeah. You can always pull it back, but yeah.
Yeah, and we teach our team members to also over communicate until the client says, okay, I don't need that much communication. Like then you know that you reached that good point, and then you just pare it back because they've built the trust and they don't need that much communication. But if our virtual assistants are not getting communication back from you, they don't know what's important to you at the moment, what's on your radar, what's what are you thinking, what's coming up for you, that sort of stuff. Over communication is definitely key.
And then always have some kind of joint to-do list. That way there's visibility of what you've assigned your VA to do, and they have visibility over what you need to do. That makes it a lot easier for them to be able to say, hey, how about I do that for you? I can see it's on your list. I can do that. Take that. Take it off. So always having some kind of joint to-do list.
Yeah, where
really
they
helps.
can see yours, you can see them, and everyone knows which tasks have been done by who and what's on the to-do lists. Yeah, because it might be that as a client you think, no one could possibly do all of these things on my to-do list. But when your virtual assistant sees those things, they could be suggesting things that you might not have thought about in terms of how they can actually do that task. The next one is to learn to delegate properly. So often we'll have clients who struggle with delegation. They have always had control. They don't like giving up that control for fear of things not being done right or things going wrong. But if you're never going to actually hand over some control for some things, then you're never going to get out of that overwhelm, and you're always going to be stuck as it's just you, and you're not being able to grow your business how you'd like it to grow. Also making sure that you're really clear in how much how you're actually providing that request for the task. So give them all the context, give them the background, like why they would be doing this task, what's it for, like what's the end result that you're looking for. Lots and lots of detail about the task can help the virtual assistant then actually do it properly and correctly and how you want, and have the best outcome and make good decisions about those tasks.
And if you give them limited details, then it's almost going to set them up to fail. So you want to give them, if not too many details, as much information as you can to get a good output. And
it doesn't have to take a long time. So we mentioned WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a really good way to actually provide task requests, because on WhatsApp you might have used the text feature, but there's actually a record your voice feature. So you hold down the microphone record button, and then you can verbalize your request. It means that the virtual assistant can then actually listen to it a few times if they need to, go back and refer to something, and it means that you can talk a lot more quicker than you can write, or type or whatever. So you can just give all of that context. So we highly recommend using WhatsApp.
You can walk and talk. You can be
leaving a meeting, going to another one.
Just pick up WhatsApp, send a message to your VA with instructions. Carry on.
Because it's all about making it as easy as possible to get things off your plate and to delegate those tasks. Because if there's a barrier, if it's too hard, then it doesn't happen, and then you're not getting that those tasks undertaken for you and freeing up your time.
And probably one of the other tips would be to have a password vault that you share, like LastPass, which is what we use here, and that just has all your passwords put in it, so they're not visible by your VA, but then she doesn't have to chase you up for passwords, and it autofills like credit cards and so forth. So if they need to buy flights for you, we can have your credit card details tucked away securely.
Yep, and the LastPass file. Yeah. So it shares your passwords anonymously, meaning that they can't actually see what the password is, but they're able to use it on the site that they need to log into.
Yeah.
Yeah, so highly recommend LastPass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those would be our top tips for how to sort of get the most out of your virtual assistant.
Yeah.
That's Savvy Sessions number 3 with Joy and Joe.
See you next time.